reference. I mean, you don't give somebody that's going to give you a bad reference. God's sake, I always had this issue. You don't pick somebody that's going to give you a bad reference. Many times a student comes to me and says, okay, of course I agree with this. But is this an effective way? I always had issue with this, right, and these references. And this is right, because most people, it says here, background information says more than 50% of job seekers always lie on resumes. So you have to, so you give me a reference, you think the guy going to tell you, going to put you a reference that is going to say, oh, no, God, no, this person, hired, he got a temper. He just got, so who is doing, again, this topic, I'm looking for some effective. What are we going to do with references? This is really necessary. Does really references reflect? Many times people lose their job. They don't get a job because of reference. Or sometimes what companies do, they go and call somebody outside of your reference. Is that ethics? And is that right? What do you think about that? They go and call. They go and pick somebody, and just call. Is that? What's your feeling on that? That they go and call somebody that's not nice. Because they think, oh, we are becoming innovative. We're just going to check this person out. What is the problem with that?
Is it legal?
First of all, I mean, I've seen so many of these things over the years that I've worked. It's just, most people don't know what it's not legal, but sometimes you won't find out. They just pick and you don't know who has done it. But I have issue with that. They can pick somebody and call. You're right. This person could have no favorable opinion of you because of some personal problem. So that's not also an effective way of finding how truly a person is. So what is the bottom line? I'm saying, right, I don't want to sound negative, but that's the life. A lot of things are not working. And you have to be aware of that some of this stuff that they've been telling us for the years, we find it is not working.
You can also check public information. If you put your name into Google and get anything.
They do. And then they say, watch it, don't put the stuff on this social site because they can find out some of your habits, some of other things. They do. There is a huge issue of reference, which is, we don't have time, to just, but that's something, you need.
Check your credit.
Credit, they use that. And none of these things is effective. None of these things indicate you're hiring the right person. Then, the last thing is, I love this one, employment test. And I said, it simply doesn't work. They give you all this serious stuff. Have you gone somewhere and they give you pages of this test to take? Time consuming. I don't see, where is the research that is going to show me this is reliable? Prove it to me. That test that is given reliable, not reliable, that they're going to say. Yeah, something, if you're going to, of course, working, if you're going to do it, let's say you're a CAD designer. Yeah, they need for you to know that you can work the software. But some of these tests that are given, it's amazing. And you go in and you have all this type of test. And still research is out, shows that it's not working. Coming to our end is company's culture we talked about. You have to, which comes to again, each company has some sort of a culture. Some of them is written, some of them are not written. And the small companies, as I said, that's true. Culture plays an important role. Because you have less number of people to work. But company culture is very important. You need to know where you work. You need to know, and most of the time this information is not given to you after till you start. You don't know. And that's another deceptive way is that you go and read about company, what they say. Like you do your resume, tell you what they say. So always go study the company. And I had video I wanted to show tonight. I said, it's waste of time showing video of course the company is going to say they're going to put out their best pictures of. They're going to the base page of that video of Procter and Gamble. Oh, so rosy. You go and you look. Wait, but that's not company culture. There is what I say. Company culture. I would change this to company hidden culture. Things that you don't know. The hidden culture of the companies. That's what you have to look. The way we do things around here, yeah. They tell you that's the way we do things around here, but truly, it's not the way they do things around there. Truly, you need to find out how they do the things around there. Characteristic of positive company. Culture is diversity, integrity. We know all that, having sense of fun. But does it really work? Is it really true? And companies, they say, okay, yeah, we have diversity, we have integrity, and you find out, yeah, they say, yeah, they have diversity, but is that diversity true or not? Many times behind the scene, you see, they did the diversity. I worked in part of this country that, it wasn't so diverse, and they always have to have that, affirmative action quota. They have to say, okay, we have to hire a female, or we have to hire a minority. Then to meet that, then behind the scene, I hear all kind of derogatory remarks. Yeah, we had to hire because we had to show diversity. Do you think that's a really characteristic of positive company? Sure, is to have diversity? No, not if the management don't believe is doing diversity because if thinks or she thinks, the management thinks, they have to do. If they don't have minority on the workforce, they're going to be on their radar. They're going to be scrutinized. So, no, you have to find the hidden culture. You have to find out, do they really believe in that? And another, who's working on a team, doing that evaluation? Team-based management. That's another topic. How do you really work in teams? How do you, at work, have a team to work? And how do you really supervise? And how do you really make sure that their evaluation is correctly? Common error with team. One is assigning teams inappropriate tasks. That statement is true. Sometimes you have to figure out meaningful performance targets. That's also true. You need to figure out what is the way that you're really going to evaluate. Sabotaging team with underperformance. See, there are some good points here. There you got to look. I have some issues with some, and not with others. That's the important issue. Sabotaging team with underperformance. But sometimes you can't. What they mean, and I'm sure. Hopefully, we don't have this case in this class because we're working on teams. But what they mean by sabotaging team with underperformance? What do they mean? Sometimes management don't do it on purpose. Like we don't do it here on purpose. We do it on team. But if you got 5 and you have some underperformance, the people they're just not. And that's the important talk. Hopefully, it's going to come up. And I want to figure out. Over the years, we have team projects and I've worked in teams, and you can get by not working in teams. Anywhere you work, you have to work in teams. And yet to find an effective source of evaluating many times, and that's the fact of life. One person doing most of the work, and others get credit for it. And that's right. And shouldn't be like that, but I've yet to find an effective way. That's why I try to use different approaches, because you can't. Really, when people are working in a team, ideally they say they all should have same motivation, but it's not. And the challenge is like in class. We have listed, for a case, team of 5. There is one person, target performance goal is what? Said, I am happy with B. And some other guy said, C. I have a student said, this is what I want. I really don't care about this class. This topic is not in my area. And you're working on it, and somebody really care about that topic and says, I want to have A. I want to work for A. What do you do? What do you really do? And what effort you have to really honestly do to be as effective, as unbiased, as fair as possible.